Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I am going to go over everything I use or my Dungeon Master setup along with stuff I do to get ready for my players. So, stick with it. So guys, just going over some basic stuff that I have in my Dungeon Master setup. I always got the Dungeon Master screen reincarnated. I have my MacBook Pro. I have the condition rings, which have been kind of huge as of recently. I've been really enjoying using these. I have dice just sprawled out. These are Axe and Shield gaming gear, single flyers risers, battle risers. They just came in a couple days ago, so I haven't used them yet. This is going to be the first session I'm going to be using them. Will be in a couple of days. I like to set up my sessions early, especially if I have days that I'm working on YouTube and stuff like that. So I have these back here to use next session. I have this, which looks like a normal cigar box, but when you open it, this is the rolling side, and then this is a storing side during the Dungeon Master sessions. I like rolling in this just because I think it makes a cool sound when you roll in it. Cool. But yeah, like I said, I got my dice. I usually have about 2 D20s, 1 D100, 44s, 1 D12, a bunch of D8s, a bunch of D6s, just because most spells use those dice. I always have water or some beverage. Whatever beverage I'm drinking during the session is somewhere over here. Down here I have minis. Estimated minis that I'm going to be using. If I don't, like if I need more minis or something like that, I keep most of my smaller minis over here in this tub. So I have the ability to use smaller minis. Over here, I always set up the grid. We use a dry erase grid. I want to eventually switch over to Dwarven Forge at some point, but right now that's not an option. Right now it's just this. Over here we have bigger minis, just lining for decoration, and if I need a big mini, and I don't, like, say for instance I don't have the mini, what's the mini I don't have but I could have something equivalent to? Let's say I don't have a Hill Giant mini, because I don't. I'll just use this Etten and throw it out there on the board, just because it's approximately same size. That's for the dry erase board. I have this is actually my Dwarven Forge mini for a sorcerer I played, sorcerer warlock I played. So that's my friend Dustin, who plays a Divine Soul Sorcerer in this campaign, likes to use this mini, so we're using this mini to represent him. Over here we have just an Orc mini, simply because we were going to have a special guest come and join us for this session, but the first guest, who was playing a Barbarian, can't do the time that we had set. So this is sitting over here until we figure out if we're having a special guest, who the special guest is, and what the special guest is playing. Going over to the other side of the table. Over here, we have the eraser for the board, of course. Over here, we have a Githyanki mini. My friend Todd, who's playing a Aarakocra Ranger, likes to use this mini. Once again, it's just the thing that we have that's the closest to, just because I don't feel like buying a butt ton of minis. This is probably the most accurate mini we have, actually, on the board. Well, using the mini over there is actually pretty accurate, too. But this is my friend Noah, who is playing a War Domain Cleric. So we just use this this armored woman to represent his character. Even though Noah's character uses a warhammer. This character is using a sword of some sort. But if you notice, I don't usually have pen and paper on the board. I do all my initiative, health tracking, everything on the computer. If I do need to take notes, I will. I have a notepad upstairs. I'll just run up and grab a pen. All of my players are using online resources for their character sheets. They do roll physical dice, but they use online resources for their character sheets. Yeah, so they don't need pencils or anything of the sort to use for their character sheets. Yeah, and the only other thing that's down here that I might use, depending on the situation, is I do have, you can see over there, a tripod. That is in the instance of I have a person that can't make it in person, but they could do it online, so they just Skype, FaceTime their way in, anything of the sort kind of situation. But guys, yeah, this is just an overview of everything I prepare as a Dungeon Master. Also forgot to mention, over by the minis, actually under the minis tote, are all of my books that, all of my source books I own. So I have Tasha's Monster Manual, Volo's Guide to Monsters, Xanathar's Guide to Everything, Dungeon Master Guide, Player's Handbook, Mordenkainen's Tome of Foes. All are sitting underneath the tub of miniatures. And that is simply just because you never know when you're going to need the book. So guys, this is my D&D setup and everything I do to get prepared for a Dungeons & Dragons session. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.